Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to this special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, second-year quarterback Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans as they get set to take on Sam Darnold and the New York Jets. With that, we head up to MetLife Stadium as we'll hand it over to the two men that'll call the action, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. They've been in a great group. Winners of 7 of their last 10 on the year. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they come in off another victory a weekend ago. That ran their win streak up to 7 now.
And I think that win last week established them as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with confidence and swagger, and you need that to go a long way.
Now a play fake here on first down. Escaping the pressure. And right away, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Here's a second and 2 now from the 33. And now some motion before the snap. Man, this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5.
Still second down.
Now after the false start, here's second and 7. Out of the gun, Watson dumps it complete to Miller. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They go play action here on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But one thing's for sure, when you got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with the tackle. And a look now at how the Jets line up defensively.
I want to highlight the back end of this defense and especially focus in on the safety duo of Jamal Adams and Marcus May. Adams, their first-round pick. May, their second-round pick. And both had tremendous rookie seasons. Both can play free safety or strong safety. I call them mirrors. What one is doing, the other is doing the opposite.
Watson now to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10. Play action. It's Darnold. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howell. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
After the interception, here's Watson. That's caught. It's Thomas. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A look at the numbers for Thomas from a week ago. 3 catches, 64 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here. If this close, sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, there's an option play left. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
This Jet defense so far is standing tall. They need another stop now, 3rd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
Now this feels like old school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you get all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Detroit!
Off of play action, Darnold. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Whitney Merciless in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
He's got Curse. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding. Offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage that's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Third and long, it's Darnold. Airing one deep for Curse. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On fourth down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Back deep, Bruce Ellington. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And now out comes Houston. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. A shotgun snap for Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Down. Flag 22. Flag 22.
From the gun, here's Watson. And this is going to be incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Taking it about the 16. And now running right through it. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And now out come the Jets. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Now it's Darnold. He hits Jermaine Kearse. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before. Being dropped inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
There's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. A play fake, and it's Darnold. And this one is incomplete. Anunwa again the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold. He's going to rifle. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, so it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Here comes Bruce Ellington on the return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And we focus on Lamar Miller as he heads back out there and gets set to go again on offense. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On second down, here's Miller. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
long. It's Watson. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Lorenzo Malden in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The New York set to take the field. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. He's going to rifle one deep left. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Jets get the quick strike touchdown. So here's Darnold now as he'll lead his guys up to go for 2. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Santos out now. He'll kick it away. Now it's Ellington to return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And a look now at Lamar Miller. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. They begin with a run by Miller. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Texans on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Watson from the gun, he'll throw. And that's complete. It's Ellington. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. first down. Darnold. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on to it at second down.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to the air, Darnold on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
From the 50, it's Darnold. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Darnold on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. 1 minute, 53 ticks left to go in this first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On first down, it's Watson. And that's complete. It's Ellington. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Watson. And he's got Miller. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Watson now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. it's Watson. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Looking again for Thomas. This time complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. Watson hands to Miller on the draw. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's caught on the left side by Curse. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield. Those guys made that play possible.
Wide open receiver complete. He got 29 yards that time. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Darnold from the red zone now. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Sam Darnold looking like he belongs. 3 touchdown passes now in the ballgame. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Santos out now. He'll kick it away. Now it's Ellington to return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. A first down carry now for Miller. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium. So he comes out of nowhere. He's got this handlebar mustache, greasy hair. And he says, would you rather eat a jar of mayonnaise or 3 sticks of butter? And I look, well, all right, never mind. Third quarter action now. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. So out now come the Jets. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And that goes for a gain of 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Found his target, it's Anderson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. This quarterback now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
This is the running back, Powell. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
They'll run again. Again, it's Powell. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game, and I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains, didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
They'll try and run for it with Crowell. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Hurry up, here we go.
They get it to him running left. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit. Detroit.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. Got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. 4 touchdown passes for the rookie Sam Darnold. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They go play action here on 1st down. And this will complete to Will Fuller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. 10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And an alley to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Offense.
So a decent game, still all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
From the gun, here's Watson. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching back now here on EA Sports. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. The Texans on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Out of the gun, Watson. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Back 22! Back 22!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
Faking the give, Darnold. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Back 22.
After the interception, here's Watson. Caught. It's Ellington. A gain of 6 there on first. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Down. Back 22. Back 22.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag.
False start, offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw
Still
it,
third down.
you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10.
Flag 22! Flag 22!
A shotgun snap for Watson. But he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Showed the nice footwork and then hit and drop shy of the 45. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Back to throw, Watson. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 24 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Here's Watson, and got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Steven Anderson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Jets have got it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Dropped at the 35, but he was able to display the agility there. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
3:19!
They go again with Powell. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. It's a quarterback sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Leopard! All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90! Shoot! Watch the shoot! Leopard! Leopard! Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike.
Here's Powell. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Crowell. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90! Hot!
Again, it's Crowell. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Green the line! Green the line!
Watson on 1st down. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Jordan Jenkins in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. To throw on 2nd is Watson. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
The Texans on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Watson operating from the gun. And he finds Julius Thomas. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good gains there back-to-back for Houston in the passing game, and another 1st down. Watson now to throw. And that's complete. It's Allington. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. And at 50 seconds left, he'll spike it to stop the clock. The Texans on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. To the air yet again. Watson. Thomas has got it. Complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. And the spike comes now with just under 40 ticks left. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Buster Screen. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one. Darnold
going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10. They start this with a run for Powell. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, Coach, but look, we've still got this locked down. But that's not necessarily true, is it?
Well, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And down inside the 15 he goes. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. And he'll get up and spike it with 11 seconds remaining. And no, they can't connect on the pass. So that gets the clock down to 11. Time for probably 2 more plays. Got to go quickly, though. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And this is going to be recovered by the hand scene. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
The Jets, with victory seemingly in hand, they take the knee. But, Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit. They were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by the slim margin.
And bottom line, when it's all said and done, they don't ask you how much you won by. They just want to know, did you win? And that they did.
So for the Jets, the win will be number 11 for them on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they'll drop to 10-4 on the year. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win.